I'm just hoping the theme song isn't too loud. Might work.
T3 Media.
All right, guys, let's see if I can get this right the first time. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on over there in DC. We're going to talk about the reviews that's happening from the Avatar movie that we're actually going to see next week, and a little bit of local news right here on the Rundown. And we're back. All right. Okay. Hey, guys. Welcome back to another week of the Rundown right here on our YouTube channel. I'm your host, Chris Fagan, and joining me, as always, is my freaky deaky. No, I'm just joking. She don't want me to do it. My baby Joy. How you doing, babe?
I'm good.
He's like, don't introduce me like that. That was only a one-time thing. It was twice, by the way. And also, cringing so hard. To my right, Tabitha Hamilton. What's up, Tabs?
Hey.
Live on TikTok as well. So if you guys want to check her out on TikTok, she's been telling everybody. Once again, Chris, it's another week. Chris is going to be late, 10 minutes late. He's always late. This time I was determined to be 2 minutes late. That wasn't my fault because the camera stopped working. I fixed it.
Sure.
And it delayed me only 2 minutes. I put the chats on and I did a delay on it. I shrunk that delay down to 10 seconds. It's telling me that it's only a 10-second delay. So if you guys are hitting us up in the chat room, it shouldn't take a minute for it to pop up right here on the side, right here like it usually does. But so I hope I fixed that. But guys, if you want to join us, we're not live on Twitch today. We're live on YouTube and we're live on Facebook. But if you're joining us on YouTube, thank you for joining us. And if you're out there on TikTok over here on camera 2 over here, you can check us out right here and on TikTok as well. So everyone sounds good is what I'm saying. I wonder how long, Nixon, how long did it take for you to type that before? Let's see how long it takes for me to see it pop up right here. We're gonna give it a few seconds. What do you think? You know, and a few seconds has already passed. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's see if it just let's hope that message pops up. But thanks for joining us in the chat. Let's get started. So the first thing we're going to start with today is once again entertainment news. I hope this works. Thank you. If it works, I hope it works. There we go. Entertainment news. Okay, we're going to go over only one topic, but before we do it, I want to tell you guys how you can support the channel. Hit the like button, share this with all your friends, comment, send super chats during the live show. If you don't want to send a super chat, you can go to streamlabs.com/T3media/tips. It works the same as a super chat, and you can send your message, and we'll see it right here during the live show. Also, check us out. We're not on Twitch, but if you go to Streamlabs, you'll see something like this that pops up. And you can send your tip or you can send a message, and it should pop up, hopefully, for us all to see it. And we can talk to you guys during the show. So, entertainment news, everyone sounds okay. It still took like 10 minutes for that to pop up. So, there's still a delay. So, when you guys type something in the chat, I'll see it instantly, but it might take a minute for it to pop up. But hopefully, I can get that fixed. I would like to see you guys send messages during the show and for it to pop up immediately. Hey, babe.
Yes.
You want to read the first topic for me and do that for me, if you don't mind, while I can get the graphics and stuff all working?
All right. We got entertainment news from The Hollywood Reporter. Multiple sources tell The Hollywood Reporter that Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman 3 is not moving forward and is considered dead in its current incarnation. Sources say that Jenkins recently submitted her treatment co-written by Jeff Johns, and that Gunn and Safran, as well as Warner Brothers Pictures co-chairs and co-CEOs Michael DeLuca and Pamela Abdi, broke the news to the filmmaker, telling her the project, as it stood, did not fit in with the new but still unfolding plans.
The DCEU is dead. Long live DC Studios. I saw this pop up. What was this? No, this was last night. I
Gosh,
think
yeah.
I was doing a rundown with Sarah Catherine the Red, and then you were all like, "Hey, babe, look at that," and I was like, "Yeah, she's on my list." Like, no, read it. No, oh, damn it.
I know.
Yeah.
Little
I didn't say
sad.
anything about Gal Gadot being on the list. Anyway, so let me start with you, babe. When you saw that news, what did you think about the whole thing happening here with the DC?
That's disappointing. I mean, I know the second one wasn't as well received or whatever as the first,
trash.
but I still think it was a good, franchise or whatever, and that
Yeah.
they could have made improvements to return the third back to more like what the first one was.
Which is what I'm hoping. That's what we thought that Jenkins was going to have a chance to do. But now it's all gone. It's over. No, now there's one person on the panel that was like acting like she was totally crushed because she auditioned to be in the third Wonder Woman movie. She was going to be one of the Amazons. She was going to be in the back that was Tab was going to be in the back of Wonder Woman 3 like this.
I wish.
Like doing like that.
Hell yeah.
That's like whenever she was going to be an extra.
All about it.
If it would have been me, I'd have just been in the background, just walking by, just from the left of the screen to the left.
Can
But,
you imagine being surrounded by all them Amazons?
I mean,
I mean,
That's-
I am
that's
for
Les
it.
business. That's Les
I
business
am
right there.
For it. Let me be in the background, please.
but when you heard the news, what did you think?
I was sad.
That
I just for me.
for me,
Or
Kardashian impersonation right there.
Oh my god.
I feel like for me, like look how quickly she made it about herself.
For
like
me.
Gal Gadot just lost her role, and Patty Jenkins is no longer going to be on it. But then Tabitha's like, I feel like for me.
So I feel like for me,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a little sad that there's not going to be this specific franchise just because of what it represents and bringing it to little girls again and creating that love for it.
Mm-hmm.
They have given so many like other movies that, in my opinion, are way worse than Wonder Woman's movies, more chances to survive a franchise
Yeah.
than they're giving this franchise, in my opinion. So it was a little frustrating for me with that because I was like, they've not given it enough, in my humbled opinion, for them to just like cancel it like this, like dash its dreams.
They've made all these switch ups, so I can only hope that this is just their initial, like basically everything as it stands right now for everybody is we're just trashing all of it and we're starting over from scratch.
Yeah.
So hopefully I hope they find a place for
Yeah.
Wonder Woman. They just,
Well,
what was written is not what they wanted, and they really want to start over with.
See, but they're posing as if they're not going to start over at all. Like they're posing it as if it's not really an option, which has got me worried. I'm
Yeah.
crossing that is not the case because even if it's them redoing the idea of what they think Wonder Woman is and, the concept of her story, if they're going to take it to another level or a different way, that's great. That's fine. I do hope that they just continue to have that sort of role model or that sort of presence for little girls.
I say it really kind of sucks because you ditched Batwoman girl, whatever
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
ditched that,
I'm gonna get into that a little later.
Now
too.
you're ditching Wonder Woman.
know, I
just
just-
kicking all the women to the curb. But Ezra, we're just like,
Oh yeah,
let's
I'm
keep
gonna-
going forward. He's trash, but keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things that I put on a list. So I'm trying to find my list right here and run down the some of the reasons that some of the things that we're not going to see, some of the things that we are going to see. So that news came out on the Hollywood Reporter that Patty Jenkins submitted her script for Wonder Woman 3, and the new boss of DC Studios and James Gunn and his partner Peter Safran are like, this no longer fits with what we're gonna do. But thank you, sorry, Gal, you're not gonna get your 20 million. Patty, you're not gonna get your 12. But this is what Warner Brothers wanted. They wanted a studio head to make these tough decisions and clean up the mess that the previous powers that be made and all that stuff. And it sucks, but I have a list of things that I think I want to say it's a listing of grievances that I wanted to
Oh
share.
God!
Like,
Did you just go full nerd on us?
this is a Festivus kind of a thing. So here's what starting off with Ezra Miller,
Yes.
when they were doing all of that drama with and then the company that the previous owners of Warner Brothers, it kept ignoring it. If they would have just made an announcement, fired them on day one, I feel that the domino effects, all this other stuff wouldn't even be necessary. But they did what they did. They ignored it, and then the new owners, Discovery, had to deal with it. But to me, it's funny that the new owner didn't take care of it himself either. He waited to hire James Gunn and Peter Safran to take over DC Studios and I want you to take care of it.
Yeah.
And then now, to me, everything always falls back on, like, if they would have just handled the Ezra Miller thing earlier, I feel like all this is a domino effect on that. Number 2 on my list, Wonder Woman 84. It was not good. But I would think that because Wonder Woman, the original Wonder Woman, was just, I mean, you did one that was great, you did one that wasn't so great, now you got to have a third chance to make it better, the course correct.
I didn't hate it. Everyone else talks about how they hated this movie. I did not hate it.
Well, I had COVID when I watched it.
I didn't hate it.
I hated that.
I didn't like
actually-
it as much as the first, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah, I enjoyed watching the movie. Like, I wasn't like, this is a horrible movie, I can't stand this. Like, I actually enjoyed watching the movie, and I hear nothing but bad people talking bad about it. But
Because I don't condone the spirit of her ex-boyfriend taking over the body of a guy who was not a participating, willing partner to all the things that she did to him.
I think he consented.
I don't think so.
I think he consented.
I think that was a problem.
I think he
No,
consented.
that just to me, I feel like for me that the script just wasn't as. It's just in comparison to the first one. It just wasn't. It wasn't that.
I mean, I can give you the first one's better. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I can give you that. I
whole-
enjoyed the movie. And
Yeah.
so for me, I didn't think that Wonder Woman 84 was like bad. It wasn't as good as the first, maybe.
Which could also be translated to being bad. But I only watched it once
kept it.
through COVID eyes.
Okay,
Well, and we didn't really get to see what would have happened because it was released on TV at the same time
Yeah.
as the
Which was
movie
one
theater.
of
And
those
it was
decisions.
still nobody was going to the movies, so it's like you're not really
Yeah.
going to get all the.
Which is why I wanted Patty Jenkins to have a chance to knock it out. And I
Yeah.
feel like, because after she was going to be on a Star Wars project and that got scrapped, we're moving forward with one. Gal Gadot just recently was on Twitter announcing that she can't wait to do the role again. And then 2 days later, what do they call it? The axe of Zaslav struck through the bullets of gun. And it was like, have you ever been fired from a job where they don't want to, they want to be cowards and not tell you that you're fired. They just want to say something slick like, your position is no longer here. Well, actually, the position is, you just won't be. That little sneaky BS. Or you know how Tabitha does this all the time. Once, like when I used to work at the racetrack part time, she said, "Chris, I'm firing you, but if you can tell me why I'm firing you, you can keep your job." I'm like, was it the money I took out of the till? Yes, you're fired. Get out. Yeah, I fell for it. That's one of the things that Tabitha does. She plays that good cop, bad cop thing, and she's both. And somehow, you get arrested. Just for taking a couple bucks out of the till.
A girl's got to do what a girl's got to do.
Amber Heard. That drama that went on with all that, after with this upcoming Aquaman movie that's about to come out, I thought we were finally getting past it. And then she's appealing the decision. Like it's like, look, all this stuff, one of these things we could ignore. We did it with Ezra, but all of this happened. We can't have all this stuff flaring up again like herpes. Like we can't. So there's this association from that. Next on my list, Geeks and Gamers. That other channel that's out there, those guys, the Fandom Menace guys. with the release the Snyder cut and everything is woke and all those assholes. Yeah, that's another thing I feel like we don't want to deal with those guys anymore. I just feel like Warner Brothers, like, we're done with all this. So yeah, I put them on my list. Man of Steel 2, Henry Cavill. That was the saddest part for me because he just recently was all like, I'm back as Superman. And James Gunn was like, yeah. No.
Don't even get me started on that because I have such a...
I just quit The Witcher.
I know. And I am still pissed about that. So the fact that now we don't even have this as the excuse for him quitting The Witcher.
Nobody told you to quit, Henry. Why?
Like,
we didn't tell you to do that.
I'm so angry.
And now Jordan's all like, now I get no Henry Cavill.
I know. I was fine with that, him leaving The Witcher only because we were still going to get him in this. And now we don't get him in this.
Yeah.
I'm so mad.
So yeah. Thanks, Ezra, for all that. For like I said, it wasn't just one thing, but I feel like Warner Brothers kept the one up. That's why I put him at the top of the list because I feel like if they didn't ignore what was going on with Ezra so much that all that domino effect, I feel like all the things on this list would not have been affected. But I think they just used up all their grace for all that. So I put Man of Steel to Henry Cavill. The announcement, Henry Cavill's cameo in The Flash. He filmed a cameo.
They're taking that away too?
They're taking that out of the upcoming Flash movie. The Batgirl movie. They just had a meeting with those directors. They just had a meeting yesterday with James Gunn, and we all thought it was about, hey, we're sorry that your movie got canceled but we still want to work with you and we want to do another project with you. And now it turns out maybe that meeting was about your shit is never coming out, but we can get you to do something else in the DC studio. But the DCEU, that is no longer a thing. So I wonder what that damn meeting was about. After that, what was that? What I have? Black Adam. They didn't make the money that they wanted it to make. Shazam is about to come out, but the whole the dream of Shazam meeting Black Adam and fighting Superman and all that stuff, gone. It's all gone. You know what's not going to be gone? Peacemaker. Peacemaker season 2. That is still a thing.
Why?
James Gunn isn't going to let his project go away. That's his. It's under the James Gunn protection. Do you agree or do you disagree with this decision? Tabs. Did you watch Peacemaker? What?
So I really have no tie to it.
It's the best thing on HBO Max.
I still would rather have Henry over it.
He was kind of in it, but he was like a floating shadowy figure in the background that Peacemaker was like, fuck you. Well, I just did all the work and you guys just now showing up. But Aquaman and Ezra Miller, they were there. And that was the whole, thing about, what was that Peacemaker said to him? Like the whole rumor about you sleeping with fish. And then Jason Momoa was like, that's just a rumor. And then Ezra Miller was like, no, it's not. And then Jason Momoa was like, fuck you, Barry. That's why you have to watch Peacemaker. They said it. He's fuck you, Barry. So, but the reason why I feel like Peacemaker is fine because those were just little cameos, and you can retcon that out of it. I mean, Peacemaker can move forward. Viola Davis was also in that season, but if they reboot the DCEU, Viola Davis's character is gone as well. But spoiler alert, her daughter is in Peacemaker. She could become the new. What is the character name that she plays? Viola Davis plays Amanda Waller. She could become the new Amanda Waller for the DC moving forward. They already introduced her daughter in Peacemaker. I think if they get rid of Viola Davis, they already got another actress that's her. I think she's about to become the new Amanda Waller. Now I know this doesn't make any sense because you didn't watch Peacemaker. So, but that's just my opinion. Anyway, the Batman 2, the Joker 2, and the Penguin series are also safe because they're not a part of the DCEU. So moving forward, those are going to be fine. Anywho, James Gunn later. He made some comments about this whole thing, and he said, James Gunn's response, what was his response? So, as for the story yesterday in the Hollywood Reporter, some of it is true, some of it is half true, some of it is not true, and some of it we haven't decided yet whether it's true or not. Gunn wrote that on Twitter.
It's like the most politically correct statement I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yes. As a studio executive should. James Gunn is known for being very blunt and straightforward on Twitter, but this time he had to put his executive producer hat on. He's like, look, Henry Cavill should not have put his 2 weeks notice in so fast.
I'm so mad about it.
James Gunn was like, I did not tell him to do that. We were all those talks about the Black Superman movie coming out and stuff, all that's gone. But here's the thing.
So mad about this.
DC honestly, Warner Brothers just wanted to disassociate themselves from all of those negative things. And the fastest way to do that is just starting over, rebooting. Any ideas of if it's not Henry Cavill, who do you have on your short list for Superman?
Oh, God.
Nobody.
Nope, I haven't even thought about anybody else as Superman. That's the thing.
Nobody was going to tell me that I had pizza crust on my face?
People will revolt. Like,
no, they won't.
Oh my God.
They were still mad about Man of Steel. Like, oh my God, I can't believe Superman killed. And that was part of the reason why there wasn't Man of Steel. They loved Henry Cavill after he proved that he didn't need Superman. He became The Witcher. He did all those other movies and stuff like that.
Good.
When it's what have you done for me lately syndrome. It's like, oh, I love that Star Wars movie. Then the next one comes out. Oh, this is trash. Then the third one comes out. Then they're like, that second one wasn't really that bad in comparison to this. But the second you get some distance, now all of a sudden it's like, he's the worst Superman ever because Superman killed. He's like, all right, I'm not playing him no more. Oh, no, Henry, come back. Oh, I don't like that.
See, but I never said any of that crap. So I was a lover of him from the beginning.
Yeah.
Because he's a sexy beast. And I'm still pissed about this.
I'm just saying.
If I'm not going to get him as The Witcher, I need him as Man of Steel. And now I'm just pissed. There's so much.
There's too much going on. So
There's so much.
I'm just saying, if it's not Henry.
I just don't know who I can't even, because my brain hasn't really computed him not being Superman. I can't even put another person in the role right now. So that's wholeheartedly where I'm at.
People were talking about they should get Tom Welling from Smallville. Maybe they can bring him. No, he's not. That's never happening.
I mean, he already played Superman.
Brandon Routh from Superman Returns. Bring him back. That's who was. Henry Cavill and Brandon Routh were both on the short list for that Superman Returns movie. Mm-hmm. Brandon Routh won. And
I don't think I'm about that.
Then they made Henry Cavill the Man of Steel.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think I agree with that.
I don't agree. It's gonna be a whole brand new slate.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a new Wonder Woman.
I can't even think of like a young celebrity right now that, would be fit for that. Like I can't even get my head put into where I would put anybody that's out there right now that I would put into that role.
Well, maybe that's the part that's not true that that James Gunn was tweeting about. Some of it's true, some of it's not. I know you guys put it in the comments what you got. Who's on your short list? When I get to the comments later, I'm gonna run down all those.
Yeah, I'm curious.
I want to see who would you have as Wonder Woman? Some young guy. Come on, Tabs. I know you got a short list for Wonder Woman.
I love her though. Like she is a really great Wonder Woman to me.
She was a great Wonder Woman, but her other movies that she's.
I don't fucking care about her other movies. I care about her and her role as this. She to me is that she just fits the role so freaking well. Yeah. She really does.
So who's going to replace Jason Momoa, babe? What do you think? Jason Momoa. Who's going to be our new Aquaman? Who would you want?
Oh man, that's another tough one.
Who's going to be our new Batman?
Ugh.
That's the one.
That's the one you care about.
No, seriously, no, I don't care. I just don't want
you went to
13-year-old Robin or nothing like that. That's all. Cyborg. Ray Fisher, all that drama that he had on set making Justice League. I still feel like he was ignored, and then they ignored all that. I'm telling you, all that stuff that went. It wasn't just one thing. Warner Brothers was like the previous owners left us this mess. I've already gotten too much shit for canceling the Batgirl movie. James, I need you to take this hit for me, please. tell them that their services are no longer needed and let's just move on. And that's what James did. James was like, all right, boss, I got you. After the Guardians of the Galaxy 3 movie is done, I'm firing all of the DC. It's and the Marvel conspiracies will continue from those geeks and gamers. And they're like, everything's so woke. And they're like, oh, well, at least we're not going to get those black Supermen anymore. Well, I'm here. Okay. And
By the way, I watched that special.
Which special?
The Christmas one you told me to watch.
What did you think about Nebula? Spoiler alert, guys, if you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, being his half-sister.
I was excited about it, which made sense when you started thinking back to like how she interacted with them and the storyline and what they were doing when you go back to the movie and whatnot. But it was actually like watching it, I was kind of like, oh, it's like a Christmas miracle. Yeah. Like, you know, one of those moments where you're just watching, you're like, this feels so warm and fuzzy.
Me and Jordan watched it. We were in bed together, right? And afterwards, we started watching Guardians of the Galaxy. And that whole thing, with his sister and the way he talked to Drax, like, when you throw me over the fence, like, what are you doing? Like, the way she talked to him was too. It was perfect. She was the star of that whole thing.
Yes.
But moving forward with,
like, she turned into a teenager when she
yes.
reminded me of the way she said it as he threw her over and she was just like,
I wasn't even ready.
Yes. The inflection.
What are you doing? Like, I'm like, where was this girl at on part 2? Because she is taking no more shit.
Yeah.
First, like, she was done. She's laughing with Drax. Now it's like, Drax, you get on my damn nerves.
I love them together.
They were great. They were great.
And then like Groot is like all buff in the back. I was like,
he's like 18 now. He's 18.
Like, he's not had a growth spurt or something.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what is going on back there?
His neck will fill out. All right, let's move on. Like, just keep. Peter's like, let's just keep Gal. I'm like, she's gone, man.
No,
she didn't.
Stop.
I heard that her performance was something on the Nile. I think that other Disney movie.
Yes, I watched it.
I heard that everybody acted circles. Right, like it showed her. She's not this was the first time that she was actually carrying a franchise. All the other things that she did before, Fast and Furious, all that stuff, she was always a side character. Her acting was always brought into question when she was first cast. Everybody was like, all these other people that could have been picked, why'd you pick the supermodel and stuff? And then when she crushed it, they all let it go. Now, that's what I said earlier. When Henry Cavill was Superman, he kills Zod. He's like, this is the worst movie ever. He's like, all right, I'm stepping away. It's like, and the same thing's going to happen with Gal Gadot.
I'm sorry, but people need to get their panties out of a wad. She's not a bad actress in my mind.
Have you seen all of her movies?
I've seen, like, the Nile one I've saw.
Did you see Fast and the Furious?
Which one? 14?
The one where she was doing all the acting.
No, actually, I've not probably. I stopped watching Fast and Furious, I think, after 3 because it was getting redundant and stupid.
Anywho, we're going to pick that apart later. Guys, let us know what you guys think about this whole thing with Gal Gadot, guys. If you go tell the people on the Geeks and Gamers channel that what I just said, because I don't give a damn. Fuck those guys. Moving on to the next.
I like it.
Moving on to the next. Let's do some reviews. Let's talk a little bit about reviews. But before we get in there, I want to give you another look at how you guys can reach out to us and reach out and touch someone. All right, before we do the reviews, I need you guys to do this. Is this the right video?
You tell me.
I hope so. Yeah, guys, if you ever want to reach out to us, you can go to our LinkedIn, Linktree. I got YouTube on there. There's the link to the tip jar, the Cash App. We also have a wish list because I need a new microphone and a new camera. Otherwise, Tabitha's going to get mad. She wants to be in 4K. So if you guys ever want to reach out to us, go to our Linktree. We got all that stuff right there. Even our Spotify. So join our Spotify, our podcast, and all that good stuff. It's all there, man. It's all there. Next week, I got passes to go see Avatar Way of Water. I felt bad for sending you to that last screening that you were all like, Chris, I thought this was a Wolverine movie. Why? What's going on here? So I felt bad, and I was like, it's the screening is happening on a Tuesday. So, and I usually have my kids, and there was going to be, so I was like, okay, I was going to make Joy stay home. And because I'm the man. and I was gonna go watch Avatar, and we were gonna go together. Then you say you can't go, so now I'm like, hey babe, you want to go? And Joy's all like, am I your second choice? I'm your wife. I was like, it was to make up for, that last screening. So I did some rearranging, and I'm like, all right, now we can go. So, babe, next week we're going to see Avatar. But I wanted to talk about some of the reviews that are out. I think I had a link up. I looked on Rotten Tomatoes, and there were no reviews up, but it was just mostly on Twitter. Okay, here, I think I got it. Let's see if I can pull this up here. And I wanted to read some of them out. I think I found the right one. Let's see if I can make this happen. Is that it? Guys, where are you at? Guys, can you see this? Let me see if I can pull this up. Okay. Reviews Avatar. That's not true. Do I have to refresh it? Avatar Way of Water. Let's see. Trump did not watch Avatar. My 2 words, Avatar The Way of Water review. There was a review on here that I thought was awesome.
That one just said, I'm wet. That's all it said.
Wait, where?
You passed it.
What?
It said my 2 words for Avatar Way of the Water.
Where?
I'm
wet right there, dude. How can you not see it?
I have never gotten anyone wet before, man. I missed it, man. I tried, man. I was like, Joy told me Joy showed me this TikTok, and she was all like, what did that guy say? When she's getting close, don't stop doing whatever you're doing. And I got in my own head, and so I changed the flow up. So that's how I missed it. Anyway.
Oh, God. Heterosex.
Remember that, baby? What was that on
oh, goodness.
Batman Return? My French flipper trick? Yeah. Avatar 2 stuns. Press and rave first reaction. Visual masterpiece, mind-blowing. Never doubt James Cameron. I doubted James Cameron. I said more Avatar fans have passed on than are being born. Marvel is changing the way we think of movies and stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. I said, this movie is not going to make $1 billion. And that was true because I said that during the pandemic. Now the movie theaters are back opening again and things like that. And I'm like, and I saw, then the trailer comes out. I was like, okay, now that we have new information, I'm amending what I said. This movie will not make $2 billion. It will make $1 billion, but it will not pass 1.5. That's where I still am. And then I was like, well, but it's going to open in China. I'm still sticking with 1.5. 1 billion to 1.5. And then after me and Joy watch this movie, I have the right to change my mind again. What do you think?
I'm still a little worried about the storyline.
No one was dressed as a Na'vi after the third Halloween after this movie was dropped. Everybody was dressed up like the Joker.
Stop with that argument, 1. 2, I'm a little worried about this storyline.
It's the same story from part 1.
Yes, and I'm worried with how they're going to make it as exciting and not just a really long, boring thing that we've already watched. So no matter what, the visuals are going to be amazing. We know that. Mm-hmm. It's going to be like, the first movie in that aspect. But it's the storyline that I'm a little worried about. But I could, my worries could be thrown away once I see the movie. And
guys, if you think that this movie is going to be just as good as the first one, or it's going to surpass the first one, anything like that, in the super chats. I need you to put $2. No, I'm just joking. I think. Look, I want to read what Jake Hamilton said. As someone who's liked but didn't love the first Avatar, let me tell you, Avatar: The Way of Water blew me away.
So you liked it more than the other one?
Vastly superior in visual, storytelling, and performance. The sequel left my jaw on the ground the entire runtime. James Cameron is the god of sequels. I'll give you that, because Terminator 2 was vastly superior to Terminator 1.
Let's hope I agree with this dude, because I saw the first one, and It wasn't.
It didn't make
it
you
wasn't
wet?
bad. It just was. I could have cared less. It was just very like okay.
Couldn't care less or
whatever.
could care less? People say that wrong.
They
I did not. It wasn't a movie that I was like, oh my god, this is the best thing I've
If-
ever seen.
If you are not as wet as
I
that
was
other
not
guy,
the
that-
fans like all the other people. I was just like, it's okay.
I feel like Joy's gonna watch this movie with me. Like I've never been drier.
Well, let's hope I feel like this dude, and we're
She's
like,
like,
wow,
yeah, I'd love
they,
to be that wet.
Oh God!
redeemed
Wait,
it.
what?
He heard what
One.
I said.
That's not what Joy said this morning, right, babe? Come on. You have to defend. There's 8 people on the live stream. You have to defend my honor.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Christ. Anywho, Mike Ryans, another person who's paying for that blue check mark, says, Avatar: The Way of Water. Yeah, never bet against James Cameron. Trying to spare hyperbole, but I've never seen anything like this from a technical visual sample. I'm never gonna doubt James Cameron on the visuals.
Oh,
I know that
absolutely.
he's gonna
Absolutely.
stun when it comes to the visual. That's why it took so long for this to come out, because he was perfecting
It's
all
gonna be beautiful.
It's gonna be beautiful, but
Yeah.
maybe too overwhelming. Sometimes I miss plot points because I'm staring at the Pandora fish.
That is like the best.
I was
Like-
staring at the fish. The fish were like, the fish was all like, that was great, huh? That was wild. Water absolutely owns bones. I was slapping my seat, hooting, screaming for the Na'vi to take out every last one of those dang sky people. Woo! It's an Avatar movie, slow start, big build, incredibly involving second act with a ton of world building. Then your hour of screamingly good, crystal clear, emotional trench. Was that? Oh, excuse me. What word is that? Trenchant action to send you home full and happy. I mean, hey, David Elrich, another guy's paying for that blue check, says Avatar: The Way of Water. LOL. That's a laugh out loud. Imagine, was that mansplaining? Imagine being dumb enough to bet against James Cameron.
I was trying not to snort my Tito's, okay?
I'm not betting against James Cameron. I'm just saying
You are
that
betting against him.
it's not going to make more than the first one.
That's literally the definition of betting against him.
I'm not that doesn't mean that 1.5 billion is a flop. That's a success. It's just not as successful as what it would have made if it came out in 2013 or 2014 or 2015, 2016, before the pandemic. All these people are now trying to be like, well, I mean, Iron Man's not in this. What's going on? And I'm like, what? Is Henry Cavill in this movie? What's happening here, man? What? Too soon? Anywho.
You'll be pushing my buttons today, sir.
So the question is, will we still agree after we screen this bad boy?
You can't say anything, though, once you see it. You got to keep your mouth shut.
Wait, whose show is this?
Mine.
It's like, this is my show, but this is my episode. So me and Joy are going to watch it. Hopefully she'll be wet after we finish watching this movie.
For the first time.
And she's all like, oh, well, let me just keep tweeting here. And then we'll give our review from the car, from the backseat of the car.
Oh, my God.
And then we'll let you know. I'll let you know how it all goes. Right, babe? You like that? Like that?
She's
You know,
really ignoring him.
A little peace and joy, huh? A little that? Well, can I get a little piece of that? Yeah.
Weird
sinner.
ass face.
You sinner. Let us know what you guys think. Did somebody tell the Geeks and Gamers what I said about them? Good. Fuck 'em. All right. Moving on to, what are we doing next here? What do I have here on the agendas so we can, because somebody's
Reaction.
waiting to get out of here, man.
No, I'm not.
Oh
Your
yeah.
reaction.
Okay, so I told Tabs that I had a surprise for her. I had to rig the screen where we can all hear the sounds from. I think it's
Okay.
gonna come from here.
What's
I'm gonna do a reaction to something called. It's a short film called The Milkman.
Short film.
It's like 7 minutes long.
Okay, short film.
So we're gonna watch this.
Oh, God. I'm nervous.
And I cannot wait to clip the hell out of this.
Oh,
This is
God.
going to be funny. Kim Calloway with a $20 super chat.
Oh God, Kim.
And she
What?
wants lots of fancy feet pictures for you.
I hate you.
The Milkman is brought to you by Kim Calloway, who I think, if I'm not mistaken, was told not to sponsor the
this.
show.
She says they need to be titled Captain Feet Daddy.
Hate you. Hate you. I hate you.
That reminds me, I need to bring the soundboard up. The Bad Daddy.
Stop.
Oh, Captain Feet Daddy.
Stop. I'm so grossed out.
Captain Feet Daddy.
Oh, payback is gonna be a bitch.
Kim Calloway, and the donation pops up right above her head. All right, get that camera back on me here.
Oh my God! Make him go away.
Captain Feet Daddy.
Oh my God!
Babe, can you take care of this for me, please?
He's
don't
got
want
his
your feet.
feet up. Ugh.
I don't have to take this abuse from you guys. I got plenty of people who love to abuse me.
I don't like feet. Okay?
But I'm the Feet Daddy.
No. I have never felt so triggered.
Feet Daddy.
So triggered
I'm
right now.
definitely going to make that a sound. Nixon, you know you loved it. Talk about, okay, you want to talk about ill. All right, before I move on, I'm going to tell you guys something I saw that
Oh,
it was on TikTok. It was the funniest thing. Somebody showed, what's the show called? Family Matters. You know Family Matters,
Yeah.
right? So the Laura and her brother, the guy who played her brother, Eddie, were in some new movie or something, a TV series, or maybe one episode of a TV series, and they weren't brother and sister. They played boyfriend and girlfriend. And this girl on TikTok recorded it, and she was like, I guess she was showing us what she saw, so she played it, and they...
Oh, yes,
then
I know what you're talking
saw
about.
that, and they
Yes.
kissed, and the second they kissed,
And
she
she
went,
went,
ew!
Yes.
I laughed. I was like, she said, if you have played brother and sister on another, you are not
Not allowed.
allowed to play lovers
Not
in
allowed.
anything else. And I 100% agree with that. The second they kissed, she was, ew. So you won't rub my feet, babe?
Stop. Whoa, with the feet. Ew.
I have rubbed your feet before. I'm not doing it right now.
That's right, because I'm the foot daddy. Oh, man, the TV went out behind me. All right.
All right, this
We're
reaction.
going to get some super chats to like, put your feet away, Chris.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. Payback, Kim. Payback. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Anywho, is that my new catchphrase? Anywho?
Anywho.
Let me, all right,
Apparently today it is.
let me try to pull up this thing I want us to react to. It's going to be great. Wait, I got the link right there. Boom. There we go.
All right. Let's
In the
watch
last
this.
couple of years, we made Wix websites way faster, achieving dramatic improvements for co-web vitals.
Pause no commercials. I didn't watch any of it. I know it's a few seconds in. 7 minutes long.
Okay.
I think you guys will be able to hear this. And I will be controlling the screen. It's not gonna look like that. It's gonna look like that. I'm gonna make sure that we're all in screen here, because I'm gonna go through each thing right there as it's playing. First, I'm gonna make sure you guys can hear it as it's playing. So this is the Milkman.
The Milkman.
Short horror film. I've been trying to get reactions from Tabitha for the longest, and I figured out a way to do that by sneaking one into the live show.
I hate
I want to set the mood, so I'm
this
gonna
so
turn
much.
this off. That glare is in my eye. It's short.
Okay.
It's a short horror film.
If you make me scream, I'm going to be so mad at you.
That's not what Joy said. Foot daddy.
Stop.
All right. So last night, we saw a film. As I recall, it was a horror film. Okay. Anybody knows what that? If you guys know where that came from, put it in the box. Okay, let's play this. Let me know if you guys can't hear it, because too bad. Let me turn it up. It's called the Milkman, but
There's no milk so far.
is that him? In 1954, the Milkman. Until one family was poisoned by milk. What? Milkman family of 4. That's not just milk. They got what they wanted.
It's a really, really sad story.
He fell to his death. And film corp. Leftovers. So wait, he bought that
Yeah.
box. It told that story,
Mm-hmm.
and now he's gonna get some milk.
Maybe. Is he going to poison himself? An apple. I wouldn't be drinking milk after. Oh, something broke.
If that's supposed to be milk, it's awfully thick milk.
I know, right?
That's what she said.
That is what she said.
Mm.
This milk is a little thick.
Mm. You like that, Mamie?
Ew, it looks foamy too.
I know, it's like just a blob.
Was my foot in the shot? It's the milk daddy.
Stop.
So milk just appears.
That's some like gross looking milk. What the hell?
That's glue? What is that?
Does look
Elmer's
like glue.
Let me get this all on screen right here. What is that music?
The piano?
We gotta get a piano, babe.
I have one.
Is he crying over spilt milk? Oh, you are fucked now, dude. It is over.
milk truck.
He knows exactly what you spilled my fucking milk.
This is so.
The milk
It's the milk daddy.
fell out of nowhere. Like it.
So far, this is
I wasn't
really
aware
weird.
the milk truck played a song.
I was
that
not
was
either.
just-
I know, and then
Ice
ice
cream
cream.
Like
He's
911.
like, I need to see what else.
The
happened.
milkman was nowhere to be seen. Where Where could he have gone?
Well, you just said he killed it.
This dude's house about to pop up.
It's literally his. What? And it's him looking through the
Get the fuck out of there, dude. Oh, dude, you are screwed. Get the
This is so stupid.
Oh my god. Have you ever seen The Grudge?
No.
That sounded like that.
My emotional support, no.
Cheeto.
Oh, Cheeto.
Is he gonna keep looking through the thing? Oh shit!
His little saunter in. It's like the slowest runaway
Ran
ever.
downstairs. What the fuck?
Oh my god.
We heard you need some new milk. Dog, don't look in
Why
that
you
thing.
keep looking in that? Pay attention to what's around you, idiot. Oh yeah, cause. Oh my god, this is so stupid. It's like don't just. What happens if you don't do that?
Oh shit!
I hate.
He's got the broken bottle in his hand.
Yep. Yep, he
He's gonna
does.
stab you with
You
it.
gotta fight now. Oh shit! Oh, fuck. Oh god!
So violent.
Oh jeez! No! Oh!
It's so violent. Ugh.
Ba-da-da-da-ba-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da.
This movie was stupid.
10-cent milk here. Made from the blood and guts of your neighbors. What the fuck was that?
That was the worst. It's a horrible, horrible, scary movie. It still made me scream, which I hate, but it's a horrible, horrible, scary movie.
We got a reaction. We finally got some reaction out of Tabitha here on the rundown. Look at this. Original music by Frank. Let me rewind that for a second.
Peter says, imagine if that was the Milkman Dave Chappelle playing.
We noticed how you he said, well, you guys late on your bills, you know. Please.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that would have been the best. That would have been the best. If that would have been the same Milkman from N-I-G-G.
Yeah.
That would have been the best. He's getting with that's his name. That's his last name. Tommy. He said, when he thought his daughter was dating.
No. Yeah.
But that was a good call, Peter. Good call. That was funny as hell.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That was the Milkman. Let's see if we can see how this is how it would go back in the day. Visual effects by Vincent. Assistant director Preston Adams. The Milkman artwork by Carter Rails. Props master Janine Dorman. The Milkman Ben Goldman. Man in the House Larry. Original music by Frank Dormany. Produced by Yammer Johnson. Special thanks to Melissa Laporte. And that's the end. See you next time on The Milkman. I think that would have been, we found it. See, and I was going to play another one. I'll save it for next time. We'll do a reaction. So, guys, if you like to see us do all these crazy reactions, I thought Tabitha's reaction was pretty good.
Still screamed. I can't. It was a horrible, horrible, scary movie, and I still screamed.
There you go. The Milkman. I thought that was pretty funny. We'll, and then Joy needed her emotional support animal right here as we watched that.
Cheeto.
So all right. So guys, appreciate you guys letting us do that reaction real quick. And before we go, there was one last thing that we talked about real quick. It was I put it on the Why Is That Trending part of it. So ABC News. The news came out. Tab, you want to take this one?
Yeah, so what happened is there's a story out that Ted Cruz's daughter
Let me see if I can pull the graphic
was in a mental institution for attempting suicide because she came out as bi to her family. And it's been, news topics all around. It's just a really sad an unfortunate situation about the realities of having to come out in a conservative family, and how it really affects your mental health and your mental wellness. And when you have parents and family that don't support you or don't believe in your life and living it the best to your ability, then it creates situations where,
Yeah.
unfortunately, children want to commit suicide. So it's a really sad and unfortunate story and truth. So
And we don't usually do political stories on here, but because Ted Cruz is our senator, we're in the state of
Correct.
Texas, and it's constituted under the segment we came up with, les business.
Les
so
business,
it's still
yeah.
it's still constituted. I thought
It's just-
it made sense for
yeah, it's just a really unfortunate story, and my heart is breaking for his daughter. It's I mean, to be any sort of politician's child and to have to live in the public eye like that, even when you're not choosing that lifestyle, when someone else is choosing it for you, is incredibly difficult. And then when you are part of the LGBTQ community and you're in a family that doesn't support that kind of lifestyle, it's such a whirlwind of emotions and trauma that now you're combining a public lifestyle with somebody who's choosing that life for you, and this family that doesn't support that type of life. I mean, I can't imagine what she's going through, and it is just so completely and utterly heartbreaking, for real. Yeah. Oh God, what now?
I'm gonna come to it. I'm gonna come back to it when we do the we got your mail portion of it. Peter
Yeah.
Lane, I saw it. But we're talking about something else real fast.
Yeah.
But and the reason why I brought it was because we're, like I said, we're in the state of Texas, and it's similar to what was going on with like Dick Cheney and how he had those same views, but the second when it affected his life personally, his daughter is a lesbian, and then all of a sudden then his views changed on it. I mean, in certain households, it's like, okay, you have this certain upbringing, it's maybe it's conservative, maybe it's Christian and all that, but you've raised everyone in the house the same way, but I mean, does this not prove that this is how you can be born?
Yes.
Because you're all you can have siblings, you're all raised the exact same way. Straight,
It's not
and then
even,
one becomes,
and I have even a problem with it being so binary.
Uh-huh.
It's, for me, it's a fluid thing. It can change. Just like we grow as people, your sexuality can change and grow as well. We don't start out as super sexual beings. As kids, we have to discover it. We have to go through puberty. We have to do all these things to create these things, the desire and the know-how. I mean, I knew at a very young age. And so for me, it's just always been this very fluid thing until I kind of felt like I became permanent in who I am. And so I am who I am now. And I don't like the whole, you're born this way. Yeah, you are born that way in certain aspects, but there's also the option to grow into whatever it is that you're going to grow into, and to be able to have experienced what you experienced first and have enjoyed that experience, and then that change for you.
Right.
Well, I think, especially for like politician type
Yeah.
people, not talking about her coming out, but the children of all of the politicians doing normal things,
Yep.
and they want to publicize, their
Yep.
teenage daughter was seen out with friends at a club.
So
okay,
what?
and that's what
Yeah.
they do. Why are you guys posting this as if it's some big scandal? Like, oh my God, they went out. Like, okay, yeah. They're in college.
That's what they're supposed to be doing.
They should be doing.
Let them be selfish and let them have fun and let them be kids and let them make mistakes without all the shaming and judgment. I mean, I feel like people forget that we did all this. We went through, we were not perfect human beings. We had to grow and learn, and you do not learn by success. You learn by making mistakes. And if we can't allow these kids, just because their parents are in the public eye, to make their mistakes, to learn from these, to create the human beings that they're going to be, then they're never going to be able to be adults. They're never going to be able to grow into fully thinking people.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is the same young lady that during the campaign trail when he was running, he went for that photo op, and he tried
Oh,
to kiss
yeah.
his daughter in front of the camera, and she pulled away. Now, I trying to, being a father, trying to raise your children and things like that, I understand it's different. I'm not gonna. There's a whole bunch of things I can get on my Senator Ted Cruz for, not defending your wife after Trump, called her ugly. I can get on you for that.
Ted Cancun Cruz.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
The Cancun thing. I can get on Ted for a lot of things. I'm not gonna get on him for this. This is a I even know where Ted Cruz lives.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen where his house is. It's because it's interesting. It's in the smack. He's a conservative senator, but his house is smack dab in the middle of a blue area. It's
Yep.
crazy. And so it's like, and it's a gated community. It was interesting. That's neither here nor there. Look,
Chris loves that. It doesn't come on anymore. That Trump animated sketch.
Oh yeah, that's
And
the every time I hear
every
his
time he
name,
would
I
go, "Ted
always hear
Cruz!"
I always hear Stephen Colbert playing Ted Cruz on that cartoon that he made, Ted Cruz, because he pops up out of nowhere. But that whole thing, and I'm gonna be honest with you, that's the first thing I thought of when I saw his name pop up on the thing. But then when I read what it was about, I felt bad for him. Honest, I feel bad for his daughter more because I'm just wondering. I'm just hoping she's all right. It sucks
Yeah.
that she doesn't want to. Obviously, she doesn't probably want to be in this public life.
No.
Like she doesn't want any of this, and she doesn't want to be used as a pawn.
Correct.
Yeah.
And she definitely is. I mean, I'm sure she's going through the whole concept of the hypocrisy of everything. She doesn't want to be a reason probably why the gay community would even consider Ted Cruz at this point, because she's got no support from him, no support from her family
Right.
for what she's going through and how she's having to come out to the community and deal with all this. So it is a very convoluted situation for her, and I do not envy her position, and what she's going to have to deal with and go through is not going to be easy.
If what happened when he ran for president and all that stuff between him and Trump and stuff, if none of that happened, I would have said that this would have been exactly what happened with Dick Cheney, how his views was on something, and then then it changed based on the fact, like, you shouldn't have to have a relative or something like that for you to change your view. But for some people, that's what it is. Dick Cheney didn't change his views on gay marriage and things like that until his daughter came out and stuff like. If it wasn't for that whole not sticking up for his wife thing,
Yeah,
I would have
he's
thought that years from now, I would think that Ted Cruz now would become like a champion for LGBT rights. But after him not sticking up for his own wife, I don't see him.
I don't see him
sticking
ever.
up for his daughter.
I don't see him ever being in any situation where he's going to support the lifestyle of his child,
Right.
just because of how he's acted on many things, not just even the wife thing. It just shows his character on his actions for many things.
Right.
So,
Before we move on to the last thing, anything else, baby, you want to add to it? We're done. All right, guys. Okay. Moving on to let's end the show off with We Got Your Mail. And I was saying that in the in the chats that Peter Lane he donates $5, and I appreciate you, Peter, for that. Honestly, this has nothing to do with feet.
oh
It
God.
was. I think that's what he donated the $5 for, was for me to put my feet away, because you didn't want to see Joy rubbing my feet during the show.
No.
I think we need to create an OnlyFans for that, babe. What do you think?
Y'all, please create. I will advertise the OnlyFans for you, just not here.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to see the feet or deal with the feet, but I'll tell everybody to go look at your feet. If
We'll
you-
call it Massage with the Swirl.
oh,
A little chocolate, a little vanilla. What do you think? Huh? You
Oh.
like that? I'm the foot daddy. Appreciate you, Peter, for that. I said it. I said, look, we'll interrupt the show if you send a super chat. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys for that. Joy, that's Joy talking in the chats. Nixon goes on. Hopefully, she finds the support she needs in the facility she's in. I agree. Do we have us all in the chat? Let me see if I can put us all in the chat and bring the chat board up. No, I didn't have it up, so sorry. Okay, we'll just have to switch. The page around. Let me just go full mass here. Peter, no problem. Also, Peter also continues to go. Also, of all the things to be upset with, Ted for you.
Yeah, there's so many things.
So many, all the things, all the small things.
Oh my God.
Nixon go. Hey Alexa, block message with the squirrel.
Something about a squirrel. That's what I heard.
If are we gonna get Squirrel Girl movie in here? Like, I'm gonna scroll back up and see if I can see if there was anything that we missed. Nick, Twitch was being weird for me yesterday too. Is Twitch down?
I don't know.
I guess Twitch might be down.
Don't even.
The chat is coming up faster.
Never been to Twitch.
Good. DC can get back to being good. True. And there was some things in it that worked and some things that didn't. But yeah, that's everything. Don't give it like. Do I want to get you started on Phase 4 for Marvel? Of like everybody's gonna be started up on that one, right? The news seems to bring a black cloud on Cavill's potential future as Batman. Cavill as Batman?
Now,
You wouldn't want that?
I might actually like Batman.
The Bat Dad.
I mean,
The Bat Dad.
stop with the Bat Daddy, but I mean, if I get me some Henry, I think I could do it. I think I could get down because I'm not a huge Batman fan, but I could definitely become more of a fan.
Peter Lane continues with, I don't know if I can say this anymore, but I'd absolutely love to be surrounded by Amazons.
I know.
See?
Nixon said
See?
death by snoo snoo.
Death by Snoo Snoo. There in the movie, I like the fact that they called out that there were lesbian relationships on Themyscira, because of course there was, because they're all the island of women. But she also, I love, that's what I loved about the first Wonder Woman movie. It's like, what about sex and stuff? Like, yeah, we know about sex. We have sex, but we're an island full of women. I mean,
She goes, you're not gonna like the answer. Is
Yeah.
actually how she was.
I felt like she
phrased it.
was all like, look, we would destroy you, sir.
Yeah, she's like, well, I mean, she basically said you're not necessary
But I have a penis.
because I can promise you it's
But
not necessary.
Yeah.
It's
But
really,
my
really
pull-out
not.
game is on fleek.
That's how I had one kid.
Oh, babe, how was my pull-out game? What do you know? Any comment? Any comment? No? Yeah, that's right. Anywho, this news seems to bring a black cloud of. Oh, I already read that. I don't know if anyone can say. Okay, yeah, I think we're all caught up. Meanwhile, Shuri and the women of Wakanda are fine. Nixon continues. I was expecting to watch a bomb, and it was not as bad as the review said, in my opinion. Peter Lane, I hated every man in Wonder Woman 84 being evil.
I didn't think every man was evil.
Was the guy that what's his name possessed this body? I
Yeah.
think he was a dick.
He was an absolute dick, but
But
I mean,
and
if,
then
if the
and then
shoe
Chris
fits,
Pratt, then Chris
Pine.
possessed him, and she sexually assaulted him against his will. I'm sorry. That's what happened.
nah.
That's what happened. All right. I wish that my ex-boyfriend would take over your body, and now we
I
can
would
have sex.
absolutely let Wonder Woman sexually assault me.
And the Geeks and Gamers channel is like, woke. Captain Marvel did not make $1 billion. Forced. Yeah, go tell them I said that. Fuck those guys. All right, guys. I want to thank Kim Calloway once again
Oh my God.
and Peter Lane for sponsoring this episode of The Rundown. Guys, remember, if you guys want to reach out to us, you can find us all on social medias at T3 Media with the S at the end. You can reach out on our blog. You can find us look at our link tree. You can find all the stuff. We have an Amazon wish list. I'm trying to get a new microphone for Tabitha over here so she can stop complaining. She's always tapping the thing like, this thing's not loud enough. I have a lot of opinions. I'm like,
First of all, yes, I do. Second of all, he lies non-freaking stop.
If you go, we do have an Amazon wish list.
That part is
you
accurate,
go to
but
Amazon.
it's not my fault. It's not my fault that we have an
Hit the
Amazon wish
subscribe
list.
button. If you, we're trying to get to 10,000 subscribers before the end of the year. That was my goal. So share this with all your friends. Hit the like button and all that stuff. And all that stuff. If you want to reach out to me, I'm at Chris W. Fagan or at T3 Media. You can just reach out to me that way. Joy, if you want people to, if they're in the medical field, what do they have to do to get those free hats? Not free. Sorry, hold on.
No,
No,
they're
because
not
that shit
free.
ain't free. My bad. 3, 2, 1, go.
My Etsy store is Scrub Caps and More by Joy, and I have a TikTok that's just Joy. I
And
show
the
the hats on
OnlyFans
there.
with the feet,
Yes.
the swirl feet.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Tabitha Hamilton, thank you again for, not making fun of me for being 2 minutes late on the stream.
I mean, I did make fun of you. I just did it behind your
If
back.
people want to find you online, where can they do that?
They can find me on TikTok at Let's Have Fun 012, and then they can find me on Instagram at tabitha.jordan.18.
The OF is Les Business.
No OFs.
Nofootoil.com.
No.
Yeah.
Stop. No. Stop.
Guys, see, the rundown was brought to you in front of a live studio audience of people who love getting their foot rubbed. Guys, I appreciate you as always for giving us a great thing to talk about. It was fun tonight, and we had fun. We're gonna get out of here. We got what's today? Thursday. We got some shows to catch up on, right? We got to prepare for next week. There's the birthday parties to prepare for.
Yes.
Hopefully, there's
Birthday
a lot
party.
of stuff to get out of the way. Thank you once again to Peter Lane. Thank you once again to the Kim Calloway.